What's up, YouTube? This is Quan the Urban Sportsman again, coming to you with a product review. As you've seen in my videos, I'm using the same rod and reel in the last few videos, especially those silver bass fishing videos. That rod and reel combo I've been using is the Okuma Voyager Spin and Travel Kit. What can I say about it? First off, they describe it as a travel kit that's made to be able to throw behind the seat of your car and pick up and fish whenever you want. That's the description that Okuma put out in their website for this thing. In my opinion, do I think is that? Yes, I've tried a couple of travel kits. I've tried those telescoping ones, didn't like the telescopic ones at all. I've also tried the little pin one. Those are fun just as a novelty item. It's something fun to have in your pocket and go fishing with whatever you want. But this is actually, for me, I think one of the better products I've bought this year. Let me give you a quick background. To make things short, this last winter, I lost all of my fishing gear. When I say all of it, I mean all of it. Every fishing rod, every fishing reel, everything is gone. Well, I'm sorry, with the exception of a few fishing reels that I found and a little bit of my tackle, but everything is gone. So that left me in a rut. It left me in a rut of, what the heck am I going to do? I have nothing to fish with this year. And when you're a family man, you have to make sacrifices. So I couldn't just go out there and purchase a ton of stuff and get everything right back like I want to, you know. So I did what I had to do. And what ended up happening is I went on a hunt for, I need a rod that I can carry with me so I can get out and fish and film whenever I can. I'm sorry, you'll notice that my laptop is right here because I got the specs up for this thing on my laptop so I can take a look at it whenever I need to. But back to what I was saying. As a result of that, something led me to the Okuma series travel kit, and I'll show it to you. Pretty much what it is, it comes in this little package. Excuse me, mine has some dirt on it because I go fishing with it. It did come with a small plastic tackle case. I had no use for that. I have a tackle bag that I use, so that kind of went to my kids to do whatever they wanted to do with it. There's no use for that whatsoever. And what it comes with is your rod. Your rod is going to be in 4 16-inch pieces. As far as eyes go, it has 6 eyes, 6 rod eyes, which, you know, I've seen reviews where people said it could use a 7th. I'll say this, mine casts just fine without a 7th rod eye. Didn't really see any problems. Do I think with the 7th rod eye you'll get more distance and a little more accuracy? Yeah, you would, but it's a travel rod that breaks down into 16-inch pieces. So you can only expect so much out of it. You can't expect perfection. This is how small this thing breaks down. I can put it in my book bag, and I love that about it. Let's just go over the specs. Once put together, it's 6 feet long. It weighs 5 ounces. It's a medium light power, not fast action. It's a moderate action rod, not a fast action. The lure rating for this guy is up to 3/8 of an ounce. As you guys know, with the last reviews, I tend to put things to the paces and see what they really can do. So let's talk about what I've done with this guy. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let's talk about what else comes with it. It comes with this rod, with this reel. On its face, this is a heavy reel. It balances it out. Okay, the little Okuma Voyager reel is 8.9 ounces, so it's a little bit on the heavy side. It's a 20 series, so it's not something that you're going to get a lot of line on it. It's not made for really huge fish. It has 1 ball bearing, and it's a 5-to-1 gear ratio. It's good for the reel. I mean, it's good for the rod. It's something that they made inexpensively to go with the rod. But when you're looking at the kit, this is the star of the show, not this guy. And I'll go over that a little bit more detail after I talk about what all I've done with it. The first few weeks I had this thing, every weekend I was down the street from my job catching rock bass, white bass, drum. I even took it catfish fishing, caught a few catfish. Nothing big with it. I tried, didn't get anything very large with it. I caught, what else did I catch on this thing? Oh, caught about 10 or 15 gar and it just, for the all-around rod, it really turned out okay for me. Um, like I said, I tend to pitch a lot of hair jigs, a lot of inline spinners with this type of rod, and I do a ton of panfish fishing, and this guy worked out well for me. So what will I say about the rod? The rod, would I recommend it to other people? Yes. The kit, I would gladly recommend it to other people. The price on this guy, I think I spent $39.99. At $39.99, I would recommend the rod by itself, to be quite honest with you. But the kit makes it worth it because you got this bag that you get with the shoulder strap, so you can carry it with no problems. It has cutouts. I'm going to make some other cutouts in this guy myself just to make it a little more convenient for me, because the cutouts that they have things for, I don't need, to be quite honest with you. At $39.99, what am I going to do? Everything with this thing. I take it everywhere. I went to Tennessee to go fishing. This is the rod I took with me. When I go trout fishing this year, this rod is definitely coming as my backup rod for my trout rod. Like I said, it's just a good rod. I don't really know what in the world the best things to say about it is, man. It's lightweight. It's actually really strong. I took it out trolling for walleye. I was trolling Lindy rigs for walleye, and it handled that great. It caught plenty of walleye. I'll post a picture of walleye somewhere. I caught, I think, 4 or 5 walleye on it, 1 catfish, and what's even more odd is at one point, my buddy and I got snagged on one side of the boat and wasn't paying attention to the rod that was on my side, which was the Voyager, just a travel rod, and my line got caught in the prop. It snatched my rod. I just knew this rod was done. I checked it afterwards and went over it with a fine-tooth comb. No cracks, no stress fractures. It's just a good rod overall, man. And you've seen how fast this thing bent up, and it survived it with no problems. I'm really impressed with it. So my pros on this thing is it's just a very, very, very good, high-quality rod for what you pay for it. It's compact and easy to take wherever you want. I like the strength of the rod. For just the overall rod that you're going to carry with you. Is it a salmon fishing rod? Nope. I'm not going to go there. Would I be throwing top water frogs with it? Nope. Wouldn't do that. It's not designed for that. Obviously, when you see the rod, it's for a moderate sized fish. I do fish for largemouth with it on occasion, but I'm not throwing top water frogs on it. Cons. The eyelets are cheaply made, and you have to see that. So if you're running braid through these or any fluorocarbon, check your eyes to make sure you're not getting grooves in it. That's the one downside to this. It's got some cheap eyes in it. It's still a $39 rod, and you get what you pay for. So just check it to make sure you're not getting any grooves in it from running braid or like fluorocarbon, high quality fluorocarbon in particular. Okay, the only other con about this thing is the reel. I have this guy spooled with 6-pound test. It doesn't even feel like it's going to be able to handle a whole bunch of fish. It did well during the white bass run this year for me, and I caught hundreds of fish. So I do give them credit for that. It is no squeaks, no squeals. It didn't whine, but I keep it oiled. I take good care of it. What I do not like is the housing is plastic. The reel arm is plastic. Pretty much the whole thing is plastic, but it's extremely heavy for it to be a plastic reel. I just don't like that. So for me, I keep this in here, but what I suggest to everybody is if you get this rod and reel combo, upgrade your reel, man. Upgrade your reel. I personally had, when my stuff got all taken away, I still have my QVX reel. This is my trout reel. And I was like, sweet, this will work perfect. It's a 20 series. I have it spooled up with 20-pound braid, which is about a 6-pound equivalent for monofilament or fluorocarbon. I'm like, this would work perfect for it. It'll do everything I want to do. Has an aluminum arm, has an aluminum housing. I can't remember how many ball bearings this guy is. Let me see if it says it on here. I can't remember. But it's just a good reel overall. So this is what I actually use as a backup. So if I'm throwing something that merits me using monofilament, that's the way I'm going. If I'm in a snaggy area, I'm going to go with the regular reel. If I, by chance, feel like I want to get longer cast, I want to throw lighter baits, especially if I'm chasing panfish and I'm throwing those 1/16 to 1/32 ounce baits. I'm going to this guy. If by chance I'm throwing bucktails or twister tails for smallmouth, I'm going to switch over to this guy. The braid and the strength of this reel are going to handle that far better than this, and plus I get a longer cast with the secondary reel that I carry around with me. Beyond that, the only reason I give this thing I would say 3.5 out of 5 stars is because of this reel. It's a good reel. It's a good reel. It's not junk, but it could be better. But once again, what do you get for $39.99? You get a reel that's kind of, it's heavy, but it's still not the best made product in the world. Whereas you get an excellent rod for $39.99. That's pretty much it, man. Like I said, if you're gonna use this thing, just as a quick tip, switch the reel out, spool it up with braid, and use a fluorocarbon or monofilament leader. That's just my personal preference, because you get the longer cast and you can handle bigger fish with it. Beyond that, man, the Okuma Voyager travel kit, well worth the money. I would gladly buy this as a gift for somebody, or for one of my kids, or an adult for that matter, if I somebody who just likes to fish. Beyond that, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I know I don't get as many videos out as I can, but like I said, all my gear is gone, so I'm trying to rebuild everything so I can get back out on the water. But please like and subscribe. I can't wait to really get back into fishing and doing things the way I normally do, and hopefully I can see you guys out on the water. Be blessed. Have a great day.